Are the Invincibles overrated? A lot of people seem to think so. We know, crazy, right? That 2003 to 2004 Arsenal team didn't lose a Premier League game. They won 26 games and drew the remaining 12. So what are people all about? That team was absolutely unbelievable. Everyone was scared of them. They were ultra competitive. They were ruthless. Former Leeds United player Dom Matteo said. Are they the greatest Premier League side ever? The Invincibles earned 90 points to win the Premier League, whereas Liverpool came second in the 2018-19 season with 97 points. Is it true? How good were the Invincibles really? Arsene Wenger. There's no invincibility without Wenger. He turned Arsenal into an efficient team. But it wasn't just Arsene Wenger, or Le Professeur, as fans nicknamed him. He made the Premier League better. In the 94-95 Premier League table, Arsenal were 12th. In the 95-96 table, they were 5th. Then came Arsene Wenger, an unknown, at least to the English media, players and fans. Even Arsenal's players and supporters found his appointment strange. No wonder Glenn Moore wrote in his report in The Independent on September 24, 1996 that it is a measure of the insularity of the English game that when Arsene Wenger's name emerged as Arsenal's favoured candidate for their vacant manager's job, many supporters were asking, Arsene who? Arsenal's captain at the time, Tony Adams, revealed his thoughts on Wenger. What does this Frenchman know about football? He wears glasses and looks more like a schoolteacher. He's not going to be as good as George Graham. Does he even speak English properly? In Wenger's first season, he changed many things about the club, including the players' diet. The changes worked out well, as in his first season, Arsenal were 3rd. In his second season, Arsenal won the league, stopping Manchester United's title defence by just being a point ahead of them on 78. The Invincible season. Arsenal and Man United continued to chase each other, and in the 2003 to 2004 season, Arsenal did the unthinkable. They powered to a title win without losing a game. They won 26 times and drew 12 times. Arsenal's team was balanced, an impressive mix of technique and physicality. Initially, teams thought if they couldn't match the Arsenal players in technique, they would do so in physical battle. Boy, were they in for a surprise. Teams in the Premier League didn't have a pleasant experience playing against them. They were comfortable going into a physical fight with you, as that is where their football would come through. Former Southampton player Danny Higginbottom said, they were a team of giants. Alex Ray, who formerly played midfield for Wolves. But it wasn't just the height, the physicality or the strength. The team had heart and an intense mental concentration. The team's first match of the season was one that they should have lost. In that match, Arsenal went down to 10 men in just 25 minutes against Everton, and it wasn't just any player that got the red. It was Sol Campbell, an integral part of Arsenal's defence. He brought down Thomas Graverson, who was heading goal-bound after picking up the ball in midfield. Arsenal threw everything they had on the pitch. The club scored first through a Thierry Henry penalty and doubled their lead with Robert Perez scoring after the 58th minute. While Everton managed to pull one back, they stopped their own momentum when midfielder Lee Tai got a red card. Another example of the team's mental strength was against Wolves in February 2004. Wolves scored an equaliser to Arsenal's 9th minute goal in the 25th minute. Wolves had additional chances and were having a good game against Arsenal. While Wolves were confident they could see out the game, Arsenal blinded them and scored 2 further goals. In the season's closing stages, Arsenal ensured they didn't lose. The team drew 3 times in its final 6 matches. The team won the Premier League with 90 points, scoring 73 goals and conceding 26. Since then, Arsenal hasn't been able to beat that tally until the 22-23 Premier League season, where they scored 88 goals. That Arsenal team was something, but not everyone thinks so. How good were they really? When some people hear Invincible, they believe Arsenal were completely untouchable in all the competitions. Well, no, they weren't. Arsenal wasn't the 2003 to 2004 League Cup winner. That was Steve McLaren's Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough beat Wenger's invincible Arsenal in the semi-final, winning 3-1 over both legs. And if you thought it was just a League Cup game and Arsenal didn't use their first team members, well, you'd be wrong. Les Professeurs men also choked in the Champions League. Arsenal lost against Chelsea on their home ground in the second leg of their Champions League quarter-final match. After drawing Chelsea at their home Stamford Bridge, Arsenal lost 2-1, with Frank Lampard and Wayne Bridge scoring the goals for Chelsea. Like the League Cup match, there was no excuse for them. Wenger played a strong squad of Henry, Robert Pires, Vieira, Reyes, Edu, Cole, Torre, Freddie Lundberg and other core players. This wouldn't be Arsenal's final loss of the season. They also lost the FA Cup too. Manchester United beat a strong Arsenal team with a Paul Scholes goal in the semi-final of the FA Cup at Villa Park. Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United would then thrash Millwall 3-0 in the final, with teenage Cristiano Ronaldo registering his name on the score sheet with a header. Ruud van Nistelrooy scored a brace. While still an amazing feat, the Invincible title definitely applies only to the league. Are there better teams? The Invincibles' point tally looks impressive, however many teams have surpassed this number since then. Liverpool and Man City achieved 97 and 98 points respectively in the same season. These types of stats have led to some criticism about the number of draws that the Invincibles settled for, and calls that other Premier League squads have been more impressive. These teams include the Manchester City Centurions, who achieved, yes, you guessed it, 100 points, being the first side ever to do so. Another team that are compared to the Invincibles is the 2004-2005 Chelsea team under Jose Mourinho, who did lose one game but are labelled one of the greatest Premier League sides due to their conceded goals tally, 15, which some consider to be a greater achievement than losing 0 games but conceding 26. The treble-winning sides are surely worth a shout too, where they might have not achieved the best numbers ever in the league. They managed to win the Champions League and the FA Cup in the same season. This of course is the 1998-99 Man United team and the 2022-23 Man City team, which is the best achievement. Outro. Arsenal's Invincibles season is impressive. The team would be the only ones to ever pull it off, not losing a game in a league season since Preston North End did, when 12 clubs launched the English Football League in 1888-89. However, then, football was little more than a recreational activity. Arsenal did it when the game had considerably evolved. However, other teams have achieved feats that are worth considering, such as the treble, or conceding only 15 goals over 38 games, or perhaps scoring 100 points. Still, it's up to you to decide, and this video has supplied you with what you need to form a decision. So, what do you think? How good were they really? Just for the record, we still think they're outstanding. Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to support our channel.